It's indeed an honor to deliver the keynote address at the inauguration of this 16th IRC of the KDU. Now we say this, that it's an honor when you start a speech as a politician, as a general line. But in this occasion, I'm not using it as a general line. I had the privilege of being guided through KDU a few weeks ago by the former Vice Chancellor, General Milinda Piris, and I really liked what I saw and felt. I had the opportunity to see the facilities, review the curriculums, the programs, meet the faculty, meet the staff, and also engage with a few students. The atmosphere was good, and also what we have seen in the delivery in terms of the records that the KDU has delivered to the nation shows, or it shows to the country as well as the world what it has developed to be. Ironically, the party that I represent celebrated its 77th anniversary yesterday. As one of the people in the forefront in that party, I was also invited to garland the former leaders. And I had the honor of garlanding Sir John Kotalawala, the third Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, and the third leader of the United National Party. And it's what he left to this country that we are all enjoying, and that is now producing exemplary products, not just for Sri Lanka, but also for other countries as well. KDU, like I said, plays this leading role in determining the future of not just military, but also civilian students through high-quality education. The university has been recognized as a seat of excellence in higher education. We are at this research conference at a critical time in Sri Lanka's post-independence history. This is the worst economic crisis that we have faced. From time to time, we have faced economic crises, and usually countries do, but it's how you come out of it before you hit rock bottom that matters the most. In this case, we hit rock bottom. The governor is going to speak, so I'm really not going to go into detail of the economic recovery, but I must make mention that it is because of the timely decisions, the critical decisions, the fearless decisions that the President, the Governor, the Secretary to the Treasury, their teams, the Presidents and the Governors and Secretaries' teams, and also the country that supported it, that has made us come out of this, or at least stabilize. We haven't come out fully. There's still many more steps to go. And what is important is not just stabilizing, but growing the economy again, so that we give prosperity to the country and the people. The theme is timely. The theme is achieving resilience through digitalization, sustainability, and sectoral transformation. Digital transformation is the integration of digital technology into all areas of business, whatever it may be. You may be in economic activity, you may be in the delivery of public services like governments. It's how you fundamentally change your operations and deliver value to the customers, or the citizens, as we may say. It's also a cultural change that requires one to continuously challenge status quo. Digital public infrastructure, which is the digital network that enables countries to safely and efficiently deliver economic opportunities and social services to its citizens, is going to be critical in moving forward for Sri Lanka. The COVID-19 pandemic saw us being forced into some transformation. But transformation started long before that. Some of us were involved in it. We didn't know we were. Things like Facebook. We all got used to it. We all used it. It has its goods and its bads. We all know that. As politicians, we know it best because it became an important tool in marketing ourselves, but it also has become an important tool for the public to make known to the people what their politicians are up to. But also sometimes wrongly, because it doesn't have the checkpoints. We'll talk about it. I'm sure you will talk about it over the next 2 days. What is important is the sustainability. The end game of resilience through digitalization is in keeping with the path to sustainable development fulfilled by the sectoral transformation. General definition of sustainable transformation is, or sustainable development, is a development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. Basically, in simple language, we have to leave something behind for them to build on. Sustainability and digital transformation are also complementary growth drivers, and it's a trend that we will have to accept. Transformation will help us with enhancing experience, optimize processes, increase efficiency and productivity, cut down corruption, develop new services. It also helps in the part that I talked about sustainability, the efficient use of resources, and the global communication and coordination that is important for that. So may it be Facebook, may it be cryptocurrency, may it be the public digital services. There are things like Airbnb, which disrupted hospitality with a sharing economic platform long before we started talking of digital transformation. Things like the Amazon, the platform that reinvented retail. These are all things in the sphere of digital transformation, which we will only see growing and growing in our lives. Inclusive digital transformation is important. It can address the needs of the poorest, including the most vulnerable and marginalized groups. It can ensure that it does not exacerbate inequalities. It can encourage the use and development of digital technology that are responsible and rights-based, empower underrepresented groups to participate meaningfully. It can help us in sustainable development, in leaving behind for the future of the future generations. But there's also the downside of digitalization. The vulnerable and those lacking in skills could be susceptible to risks. There can be fraud, data disclosure, identity theft, cyberbullying. And there can be what I said, cyberbullying would probably cover for that in social media. We also have the advent of artificial intelligence, which could impinge on the lives of people negatively if not addressed correctly. Whether technology empowers or sows more division and exclusion will depend on the choices we make. Therefore, it needs to be thoughtfully designed, and technology needs to be applied with a whole of society approach. For Sri Lanka, how does it play? We can talk of digital transformation for days and days. But it's only one piece in the puzzle. If we don't put all the pieces in the puzzle, we cannot reach the potential that this country can reach. We have so many things to do. We have an economy to grow, which is the most important thing. The state-owned enterprises need to be reformed. The economic climate has to be made good for people to be able to come and invest here, or even for Sri Lankans to invest. All of this means opening up, liberalizing, but with the right checkpoints, which can be in the form of laws, regulations. Other countries have done this. There are visitors here today from various countries who have led in these fields and reached the peak in their own, or grown their economies as a result of this. If we think of, let's take, for example, the state-owned enterprises as our family silver, and we don't want to let go of it, what good is it if it's going to keep draining us? What is important is to bring knowledge into it and open it up for somebody who will do it better than us. And that's where things like the share market come in. You develop these, you develop your economy. All these enterprises which may be divested will grow. They will be brought into the stock market. It will give opportunity for our people to be involved in it as a shareholder. So we will still be part of it, but we had to think in a new way. So that's basically, I think, the youth. It's in your hands. If you keep protesting on the streets, saying we want these to be part of our family silver, these are our national treasures, we can't let go of it. But what good is it if it's going to keep draining the coffers and draining the people's pockets as a result of that? So these are the decisions we will have to make. There's much more to talk about, but if I keep going on, I think it'll take a long time. In conclusion, I want to say I'm really happy to be here. This conference has gone on for 16 years. This year we have participants from over 10 countries. We have 2 good speakers, guest speakers. The governor of the central bank, who is in the top 21 governors of central banks in the world. And then we have Professor Leland Hartwell, who is a Nobel Prize winner for physiology for his role in developing protein molecules that retarded the growth of cancer cells some years ago, along with another 2 team members. These are exemplary people who are here today with you. So you have reached good standards. Keep it up. There have been a large number of abstracts. I'm told as many as 420. It's only some of them that have been selected after having gone through a process. And have 2 good days of deliberation. Research is important. Sri Lanka is way behind in the field of research. So I'm very happy that KDU is forging in this area and filling in the gap that Sri Lanka has in the sphere of research. Thank you very much to the organizers for what you've done. Thank you to KDU, the Vice Chancellor, the Board of Management, the previous Vice Chancellors and the Boards of Management. You all have all done a good job to bring this up to this standard. And the President has a vision for KDU, and that will only improve the education level for the future youth of Sri Lanka. So let's all get together and develop this country to reach its potential. Thank you for your help, and thank you for having me here.